Trap is the newest film by critically acclaimed director M. Night Shyamalan, and it's garnered a lot of attention. M. Night has seemingly gone all over the spectrum of quality when it comes to his films, as he's directed several universally respected masterpieces that have been loved for decades, as well as countless stinkers that have been hated by the viewing public, and some of the downright worst films ever made. His newest endeavor, Trap, has seemingly become one of M. Night's most polarizing films. On one hand, Trap should be praised for its increased scale, the unique premise, and a standout performance by the lead actor. But on the other hand, Trap should be criticized for its unforgivably stupid plot, a tone that's all over the place, and some of the most egregious overt advertising that I've ever seen in a movie. Tonight, we're going to be taking a deeper look into Trap, and I'm going to be telling you why it's one of M. Night Shyamalan's worst movies. Whether or not you've seen Trap, I'm sure you've seen arguments all over the internet about people fiercely debating whether or not the movie's good, and there's certainly good things about it. The problem is that every time this movie does something good, there's an asterisk. It's like every time M. Night is seemingly on to something, he just shoots himself in the foot with a tactical nuke. Every bit of potential this movie has is completely wasted, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with the very first scene. To start off, we get introduced to our central character, Cooper. He's a very normal, typical dad who's taking his daughter Riley to a concert for her favorite artist. And this is what really works for M. Night. He's really good at writing a believable, lame dad who makes out-of-touch dad jokes and is just trying to relate to his teenage daughter. This stuff is really good.
Hurry, come on.
Wait. I gotta tie my shoe.
No, Dad.
M. Night is an out-of-touch nice dad, so it's really natural for him to write this type of character. The problem is that he cannot write realistic teenage girl dialogue to save his life. It's like Riley just opens her mouth and you just hear a 50-year-old M. Night talking out of her mouth.
These seats slap, Dad, thank you.
These seats slap? Young people say that songs they like slap. A good seat at a concert does not slap.
These seats slap, Dad, thank you.
Also, people in their 20s and 30s say this, not teenagers. It's not cool anymore for teenagers to say this. It's like M. Night heard someone say this once and has just immediately this idea that he's able to use it perfectly all the time. You see, this line would work if the dad was the one saying it, and then his daughter mocked him for using the word wrong.
So what does crispy mean?
It means something is good.
Use it in a sentence.
Dude, your house is crispy.
I see.
Crispy? Ugh. This is wholesome cringe, but you get my point. There's like a good thing in the movie going on where the dad's super believable, but then there's this big ol' asterisk because his daughter just sounds like a 50-year-old man talking.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
This scene reminds me of a really similar scene that M. Night wrote and directed in that movie Glass, where Bruce Willis's son is showing him the Salt Bay meme.
We gonna Salt Bay your ass. Salt Bay your ass.
What is that anyway?
It's an internet guy. He's a butcher who salts his meat in an elaborate way.
That's all he does. He seasons meat.
I guess M. Night just loved that scene so much, he basically decided to make it again and put it in this movie.
Crispy.
Throughout this opening scene, we can see there's a lot more police at the concert than usual. I wonder why. Anyways, then we move on to the concert starting and we get introduced to the singer character, Lady Raven. Yep, that's the singer's name. Lady Raven. Ugh. So then Cooper goes to the bathroom and we get to see a live stream on his phone of a man tied up in some kind of a dungeon. So it's basically revealed that this entire time Cooper's presenting himself as a normal dad, but he's actually some secret, messed up serial killer where he's hiding people in his basement. Cooper, maybe don't have the sound on full volume when you're watching a video of the man you kidnapped in public. Just a bit of advice.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal.
Then we get this really awkward scene of one of Riley's ex-friend's mother talking to Cooper about like teenage girl drama.
Yeah, listen, I just really do hope that they can be friends still, you know?
Riley was really hurt by all this.
This group of ex-friends of Riley's is at the concert too, and this is the second time this has been brought up so far, and repeatedly throughout the movie we see shots of her friend group in the background, so this is like a reoccurring subplot, but this plot point never gets resolved? Yeah, the rest of the movie just cuts to the friend group multiple times, and there's no ending to this plot line, so this entire reoccurring subplot is just like a massive waste of time. I really don't like it when a movie wastes my time like this. We're 12 minutes into the movie and all we've done is establish who the main character is at this point. But then we get a shot of the police surrounding the building, so I wonder who they're looking for. Then we have this other moment of the concert that just doesn't sound right. Like, Lady Raven is speaking to the crowd and the entire stadium is dead silent.
And I said, "You are not responsible for hurting me. I release you."
I have this issue with the movie where we're watching characters who are supposed to be at a concert, but it never really feels or sounds like they're at a concert. Sure, a concert's being shown to us visually and the sound we can hear is music, but it's not live music, it's clearly studio recorded music, not live music being performed by a band for an audience. Like, you hear this and it just sounds like you left Spotify on while you're watching the movie. When you're at a concert, there'll be little imperfections all the time in the music. The singer will need to breathe. A musician could play a part of the song differently live than they did on the record. Typically, a singer will try to hype up the audience while they're singing, and usually the crowds are really loud. I don't understand why the live performance in this film just sounds like a radio's playing. It would definitely make the movie more atmospheric and believable if the live music actually sounded like live music. Everyone in the concert talks like they're at the library. Then Lady Raven starts performing a song and the audience is still dead silent. When popular musicians perform live, the crowd always loses their shit every time an artist starts a new song. So since she started a new song and the crowd stayed silent, either this is the most boring concert ever made, or M. Night has actually never been to a concert before.
A lot of times when you see movies and there's a concert, it doesn't feel real for some reason, because you can sense there wasn't love in it. We put on a real concert.
This part of the movie brings us to the real reason this movie was made. Because, you see, Trap isn't actually a movie. Trap is an advertisement for Lady Raven, played by Saleka Night Shyamalan, aka M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter has a music career and wrote the entire Lady Raven album for this movie and plays Lady Raven too. So you watch this movie getting its pacing tanked by a long drawn out scenes of Lady Raven fake performing music for minutes at a time to a giant crowd of fake actors that are pretending to like the music because M. Night really wants you to know just how fucking talented she is. Because it's not enough for you to know that M. Night is talented. No, you also need to know that his offspring are talented too. Saleka made music for M. Night's projects in the past as well, like she wrote the song for the ending credits of Old, and M. Night even directed one of her music videos. So they work together a lot. I think it's perfectly well and good that M. Night supports his daughter. But the problem is that you're forcing these long, drawn out scenes where we are just watching Saleka Night Shyamalan perform the music she wrote for minutes at a time when we're trying to watch the movie. Over and over again throughout the entire movie, the plot just comes to a grinding halt so that you can watch a glorified music video for minutes at a time. This is some of the most scummy advertising I have ever seen in a movie. You might as well have put a Spotify link in the corner the entire time. At least in those Michael Bay movies where there's like these egregious Transformer advertisements, you see Oreo logo on the Oreo bot. Like, you know Oreo paid him to do this. Here, they just pretend it's part of the movie and never try to make it out to seem like it's an advertisement. It is so scummy. This actually explains why the music we hear at the concert is studio produced and not live. If we hear songs that actually sounded like a live concert, it might make the movie better, but then we wouldn't go buy Saleka's music after we finish the movie. And obviously, people go to see movies so that they can get advertised to without being aware of it. So yeah, I hate to break it to you, but Lady Raven is a Nepo baby.
Reading, you wrote, you produced all of the songs in the film.
As soon as he finished the script, I started writing the songs, and every song had to kind of be, I wanted the album, which will come out with the movie on August 2nd, to function like if you listen to it as a pop album that, holds its own.
You would enjoy it, right?
You released your debut just not long ago, and now you're basically the star.
I ended up writing an album for it.
Really, it came from the conversation with Saleka, my daughter.
Which will come out with the movie on August 2nd.
Also, the name is stupid. Lady Raven? M. Night missed a perfectly good opportunity to name the pop star Trap Queen. Big mistake, M. Night. Big mistake.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
I just want to make it clear that I'm not accusing anyone who worked on the film of breaking any laws. I'm not saying anyone broke laws here around advertising. The point I'm trying to make is that M. Night's priority was to make his daughter famous. It was not to make a good movie. And I think, in my opinion, that prioritization made the movie worse. That should work. Please don't sue me. Thanks. So yeah, M. Night's really out here trying to pull a Will Smith. For those of you who don't know, world-famous violent psychopath Will Smith used to be world-famous actor Will Smith. He had this charisma about him that just made him magnetic, and he became one of the most famous celebrities in the world. But being one of the most famous people alive just wasn't good enough for good old William. So, at some point around 2010, he started to make a big push to make his children celebrities too. His daughter Willow started releasing music, his son Jaden started appearing in movies with him, and Will.i.am decided it was time for Jaden to be the main actor in a movie. And obviously Will Smith needed to be in it too, because otherwise it wouldn't fucking get made. So Jaden ended up starring in a movie called After Earth, which is now regarded as one of the worst movies ever made. Will delivered a dry and boring performance, the writing in the movie is terrible, and it was a pretty blatantly obvious vanity project for Will, and unfortunately Jaden was just made fun of relentlessly for this movie because his performance was just so comedically bad.
And why were you? She called out for you, she called your name! And you think I'm a coward?
This movie's existence is so bizarre because it's basically, in retrospect, a perfect cautionary tale about how you shouldn't make a movie just to make your child famous. Hang on. Wait, you made that one too? Okay, so we finally get to the point of the movie where the plot starts to move forward. It only took 17 minutes, but we finally made it.
Did these people ever die or what?
Eventually. Once it had been earned.
So this retail employee decides to start chatting with Cooper, and we find out this.
What's with all the police trucks outside and cameras everywhere, Jamie? You know, the butcher, the freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up. Feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today. This whole concert? It's a trap.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
So this retail employee just so happens to watch murder podcasts, and we find out that Cooper's serial killer name is The Butcher, and that the police are monitoring every exit of this concert to try to capture him. So, I guess you could say that Cooper's been caught in a sting operation.
It's a trap.
So Cooper realizes he's trapped and he starts looking for a way out. He sees this innocent woman and this happens. So even though there weren't any police officers currently suspicious of you, you pushed this random woman down the staircase to cause a distraction? What were you trying to distract them from? Wouldn't you just draw attention to yourself? Well, luckily for him, no one's suspicious of this woman falling down the stairs, despite the fact that he clearly pushed her down the stairs. You pushed her down the stairs, Cooper! So then Cooper and his daughter just go back to the concert. So, what was the reason to push the woman down the stairs? Could you not have just walked back to the concert without doing that? The man didn't even push the woman down the stairs for any true goal or accomplishment. He's just pushing women downstairs for the love of the game. Gotta respect it. So then another artist is revealed through a door in the floor, and they bring out a new musician, and he comes out of the ground on a platform, and it's just in the middle of all the concert goers. Like, they can just fall down there at any time and like break a leg. Crazy fans could just storm the pop singer whenever they want to, or wanted murderers can use it to escape a giant police trap or something. I don't know.
This concert is crispy.
Ugh.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Then Cooper goes back to this retail employee so the audience can get more exposition dumps.
We had a training thing. All the employees of the arena, they gave us a code to say in each section of the arena in case we got stopped by police.
This character only exists to tell Cooper, and by extension the audience, all the information that we need to know. None of the details about the plot are conveyed to us in interesting ways, it's just video game NPC dialogue.
Butcher?
Nah, I haven't heard anything lately, you know. I've been following him for all 12 victims.
So we, as an audience, are meant to believe that the entire police force has meticulously planned this entire sting operation where every random employee at this concert is given top secret information that, if gotten to the wrong hands, would derail their entire plan? Yeah, the police in this movie are unforgivably stupid. Let's just trust a bunch of minimum wage retail employees who are selling concert t-shirts the super secret maximum security plan. He even tells Cooper their top secret code word.
What's your code? I mean,
Hamilton.
Up until now, I wouldn't really say that trap is outright bad. It has its fair share of strengths and weaknesses, but it's pretty balanced from a quality perspective. However, that entirely changes during this scene. This is a scene that flat out should not exist. This scene right here commits the most cardinal sin that any movie trying to build tension could possibly commit. It destroys any illusion that the main character will face any consequences. Let me show you. So here we see a large group of police officers having a little powwow, and their leaders explaining to the cops who they're trying to catch.
Remember what the profiler said. Our job is to get him alone. I will personally take the team member who brings this freak down out to dinner.
Don't you think you should have explained all this to them in the last several weeks? If the sting operation was so meticulously planned, why are the police officers just now being informed of who they're trying to catch? Here. Now. During the sting operation! But no, despite how stupid that was, that's not when the movie jumps the shark. This movie jumps the shark here, when Cooper starts walking around in the crowd of the police officers chatting with them. That's it. This is when the movie loses all tension. Here, the movie crosses the event horizon of stupidity, to which it will never recover from. I mean it. Not even a third of the way through the movie, we see Cooper chatting about coffee with the people that are trying to catch him. If the audience sees this right here, there's nothing the movie can do after this that will ever build suspense. Whatever happens, we know that the police in this movie are a joke. They're not a threat. Imagine we're watching Game of Thrones and you just see Robb Stark and Joffrey getting Starbucks together. Then we get another moment where Cooper and this other parent are talking about girl drama. Again, this plot point has no resolution, so this scene could just be removed from the film and it doesn't really change anything. Also, there's an insane thing about this movie where all the dialogue sounds like they're talking like aliens trying to replicate human speech.
I can tell that you're upset.
I am upset. We can talk about it later.
No. These girls just need to be able to work things out for themselves.
But it's delicate. Let's discuss it later.
I'm not someone to be provoked. I have a dark side.
Okay. Don't patronize me, Cooper.
We then see Cooper listening to the police officer's radio. It's funny to me that they start talking about the killer and what he might look like, and they just describe 3 different looking guys.
Reminding everyone visual markers. A red-headed male, 2 African-American males, a male with white hair in his 60s, a white male in his 30s with a tattoo of a rabbit or animal on his right arm.
So it's either a redhead, 2 black guys, or an old guy. Got it. Thanks, that helps. Also, why would Cooper get a tattoo in the first place? Like, if you're a serial killer, wouldn't you make yourself look as generic as possible? So next we have Cooper wandering the hallways trying to figure out how to outsmart the police, and then this happens. I'm sorry, wouldn't there just be like cameras everywhere? This seems like a really easy way for you to get caught. So you wanted to steal the employees' aprons so that you can look like you're an employee. So you decide to sneak to the other side of the counter to then put glass bottles in the deep fryer, then sneak back out, then have the bottles explode so everyone's distracted by the explosion so that you can now steal an apron from this hook. Why not just steal the apron from the hook without doing this terrorist Looney Tunes garbage? The aprons were just on a hook anyway, can't you just take one without blowing up the deep fryer? Also, you needed to walk past the aprons to get to the deep fryer in the first place. Also, if everyone is surprised by the sound of an explosion and you're the only one who isn't it just gonna draw more suspicion towards you? I would like to take the opportunity to tell you that even though it seems like a lot of my criticism is geared towards the characters making stupid decisions, I'm not actively just against the idea of characters making dumb decisions. If a character that's presented as dumb makes a dumb decision, it's within character. If a character who's presented as smart but has some kind of a deeper emotional weakness and then that makes them make bad, stupid decisions, that would still be within character and I don't have a problem with it. My problem with the way it's done in this movie is that on one hand, they're trying to make Cooper look like a criminal mastermind, and on the other hand, he's just making the worst possible decisions that you could possibly make when you're presented with this situation. So it's kind of two-sided, where on one side the movie wants you to think this guy is a super genius, but then on the other side all of his actions point to him being an idiot. And then it just works out for him anyway. It just seems so unearned. This is not a smart person. This is a retarded wizard. It's hilarious how he tries to explain to these cops that he's not a serial killer. You hear this guy talk and you just know he's guilty, and the cops are too stupid to realize it.
Some sort of kitchen accident. Great.
It was very upsetting. I think she's gonna be scarred.
What's the code?
Hamilton.
The way he gets out of this situation is also really funny. He was just conveniently told earlier that the cops are here for him, and then he conveniently was told the secret passcode, and then conveniently there was a wallet in the apron he stole that conveniently had the ID card of an employee to show that he's an employee. He also very clearly didn't know that the wallet with the ID card in it was in the apron until like just now.
Let me see your card. The one you were given at the presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. If you didn't know that the apron had an ID card in it to begin with, why did you blow up the kitchen? What is your deal?
What the fuck?
Wait, so we just go back to the concert now? So he's just back in the same position he was 10 minutes ago? Was the entire deep fryer explosion for nothing? As insane as the last 10 minutes of the movie were, it could kind of just be removed and it wouldn't change anything about the movie. Saying this is crazy because it brings us to the conclusion that so far, every scene where something happens has no impact on the plot, and every scene that moves the plot forward is boring. Ah yes, a classic yin and yang dichotomy here. This movie truly is the Dark Knight of movies. Both Cooper pushing that woman down the stairs and him blowing up the deep fryer does so little to create actual drama. Moist Critical has already made like 7 videos about it.
Hey, what's up everybody, it's Critical. Huge trap drama, massive trap drama. The trap drama just keeps getting worse every single day. So as I've established from my 5 previous videos about the subject, this guy Cooper is a serial killer and he just keeps walking through this concert trying to escape the police. And now, this Dingledorf just goes up to some random innocent woman and pushes her down the stairs. He gave this bitch the hands like he was Mike Tyson from boxing. She's been pranked. Speckledorf. Dare I say it? Hoodwinked even. And to top it all off, she just collapses down the stairs. It's like this bitch didn't even try to not fall down those stairs. Like, she is so bad at not falling down those stairs. This shit was so cringe. She was so bad at not falling down the stairs. She was so completely cringe. This shit was more cringe than the time Family Guy tried to kill off Brian and then brought him back 3 episodes later. This shit was more cringe than the Avatar Last Airbender remake on Netflix. This shit was more cringe than the time I was in Hunger Games The Mockingjay Part 3 and they decided to try to...
We were then treated to a random 45 seconds where we're just treated to M. Night's daughter's music with no plot relevance at all, just a blatant advertisement.
Album, which will come out with the movie on August 2nd.
Then we're finally treated to M. Night Shyamalan's cameo.
Hey! It was so long.
So, M. Night plays the character of Lady Raven's uncle, and he introduces himself like this.
I'm actually her uncle, her mother's brother.
It's kind of weird that he felt the need to say that. It's as if M. Night is afraid his audience won't know what an uncle is, so he feels the need to explain the definition of the word uncle.
I'm actually her uncle, her mother's brother.
I'm a YouTuber, a guy who makes YouTube videos. You see what I mean? I guess it's technically correct, but who talks like this? So if you can't tell what's going on right now, Cooper's trying to manipulate M. Night into getting Lady Raven to pick his daughter Riley to sing with her on stage. This plan is just entirely dictated by conveniences. So this man's daughter just so happened to tell him that Lady Raven takes an audience member on stage, then just so happens to see one of Lady Raven's family members in the crowd who just so happens to talk to him, and then he says we can just take Riley to sing with Lady Raven on stage? So Cooper is just ignoring the whole idea of staying blended in with the crowd, and he's purposefully putting himself and his daughter out in the open on stage when the cops are trying to find him? Hey, genius criminal mastermind! The stage is where everyone's eyes are looking! Thank God we had a couple of minutes where the story is actually progressing, because now it's time for 2.5 minutes of this movie where nothing happens to advance the plot and we just see M. Night's daughter perform one of her boring R&B songs to an audience of people that were paid to applaud for her. At least YouTube lets you skip ads after 5 seconds.
Album, which will come out with the movie on August 2nd.
Another thing about this scene that kills me is that despite the fact that Cooper is allegedly trying to avoid being noticed, he has now successfully made his daughter the most looked at person in the entire room. How are we expected to believe that this movie is still about a guy trying to avoid the police anymore? He's very clearly just out in the open. He should be getting caught. Well, now Riley goes on stage with Lady Raven and we get 2 entire minutes of more fucking advertising. Thank you, M. Night. This sure does remind me of The Sixth Sense, where you stop the movie every 4 minutes so that Bruce Willis can deliver an ExpressVPN sponsorship.
I see dead people. They don't know they're dead. Wow, that's crazy. I bet those guys would not have unalived themselves if they used the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a perfect website to use.
So next, Lady Raven calls a rapper on stage with her, and this is how she does it.
Everyone needs a break when they're starting out. And I got mine from the dopest person ever, to the thinker.
The dopest person ever? Ugh.
Do we even know who is this 4chan?
Also, in this movie, the rapper's name is The Thinker. So yeah, that makes 2 rappers in M. Night Shyamalan movies with terrible, cringy names and introductions. So I don't know if you guys remember, but in Old we had Mid-Size Sedan, and now in Trap we have The Thinker, the M. Night Shyamalan extended hip-hop universe, if you will. So when is their collab coming out? I mean, M. Night wrote rap lyrics for The Visit. I mean, can't he write rap lyrics for The Thinker and Mid-Size Sedan having a mashup?
4 big guys, and they grab on my thighs, blow up my guts like the 4th of July. If they keep fucking my butt, then I might just cry. Pooping semen spraying on my eyes. He lick my dick and the cum start spraying, charging.
So now that the advertising's done, we cut to backstage where apparently Cooper and his daughter are just let in for free and are just left to wander backstage wherever they want with no security watching them. I thought the security here knew that there was a serial killer in the building. Why are these random poor people left to just mingle with all the celebrities they can stab? Then we see this interaction.
There's no sign of him at all.
He's playing his hand very well. There were 3,000 men here. He is one of those 3,000.
Wait, hang on. So Lady Raven was in on it the whole time? Like she's a Fed now? Just a friendly reminder that ACAB includes Lady Raven. So now that the concert is over, the head FBI lady explains that the police are inspecting every male leaving the stadium and that the serial killer literally cannot leave without them finding him. And now the world famous pop star is just like walking around with no security. Don't worry, Lady Raven, I'm sure there's no dangerous guy at the concert at all or anything. Don't worry about it. She also then just agrees to talk to Cooper in this private room where no one else is for like no reason. Like Cooper tries to talk to her in private and she's just cool with it. She doesn't know who this guy is. She knows there's a serial killer in the concert tonight and she just agrees to talk to some random guy she doesn't know. Don't you think tonight is not the night for that? And then Cooper just reveals to her that he's the serial killer as a way to like threaten her to help him leave and like tell her he's dangerous, so she better let him free. But like, I don't know, certainly there was a better way to do that without admitting that you're the serial killer.
I think you're looking for me. You see that little box? That is going to release carbon monoxide and kill him within 5 minutes. I can do it from here. From this device. I'll let him go if you do one thing. But yes, you're going to ask me and my daughter if we want to ride in your limousine.
Also, this just like kind of kills a lot of potential because the movie was advertised as this fun Death Note style cat and mouse game between a serial killer undercover and the FBI who are trying to capture him. And that just kind of never happened in this movie. There's so much wasted potential here. There's no fun reveal. It's not exciting. Also, the dialogue is just delivered terribly in this scene by the actors. Like Cooper just feels like he's giving a Joker impression?
His name is Spencer. He's 22 years old. He's into sustainable agriculture.
So when you say compass, nobody bats an eye, because it's all part of the plan. But when I say piscum, everyone loses their minds. So now Cooper convinced Lady Raven to just let him in her car and set him free without the police checking him. Again, this plotline only works if her security and the police are just completely brain dead. So yeah, this actually works. Lady Raven then makes the genius suggestion to Riley that she go to their house and meet their entire family.
Can I visit your home? How about right now? I could drop you there.
Oh my god, that would be like so incredible. Mom, Mom, you won't believe it. You will not believe it. No, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. I got picked to be the... Mom said yes. Mom said yes. Great. Thank you.
I guess this works because getting his address means they can catch him, but it's just insane because now she's just so far away from the police. She's just putting herself in so much needless danger here.
Hi Bob, this is my new best friend, Taylor Swift.
We then have this scene where Lady Raven's in the house with Cooper's family and she's trying to expose Cooper for being a serial killer. I feel like a scene where someone is trying to expose a family secret has been done to great effect plenty of times before, but M. Night is just so terrible at writing dialogue now and directing actors that this scene just feels entirely like aliens are in human bodies trying to communicate. It's like AI wrote the movie or something.
Do you know who the butcher is, Rachel?
You mean crazy person who does that? Yes, I've heard of him.
The FBI and police came to me and he was gonna be at my concert today. He was probably a man in his 30s or early 40s.
Wow. So Lady Raven starts describing what the butcher looks like, and Cooper's clearly getting uncomfortable, and it's honestly the only time in the entire movie where you feel actual real tension. I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Let me walk you to the door.
I could play a quick song.
No. God fucking damn, why?
There's always time for a song.
Also, apparently this is Riley's favorite song and she doesn't know the fucking lyrics. Also, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Saleka, may be a decent musician, but she sure is a terrible actress. Why embarrass your daughter like this?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you in a house?
Yes. Door, please.
Is your name Spencer?
It is.
We don't have much time.
So yeah, you had to do it. You couldn't just be an M. Night Shyamalan. You had to be a Will Smith. You just had to do it, didn't you?
Wait, are people using my name to mean make a small mistake?
Yes.
So Lady Raven steals Cooper's phone, and instead of calling the police, she decides to live stream to Instagram to describe the location where the guy's being held, in hopes that someone will just know where he is.
I need it right now. There's a young man named Spencer in a basement. We only have seconds. I know you can do this.
She also is just encouraging a bunch of teenage girls that follow her to not call the police and find the kidnapped guy themselves. But finally, we get to what may be the worst line delivery in any M. Night movie. I understand if you have seen M. Night movies, you know how high of a bar that is to reach. But I swear to God, this line delivery really goes in the Hall of Fame of terrible M. Night performances. I mean it.
Rachel, listen to me. Your husband is the butcher. Cooper is the butcher.
What? No.
I'm feeling again. I'm like Iron Man and Batman. I'm a hero again.
She called out for you. She called your name. And you think I'm a coward?
Oh my god! That's mid-sized sedan. He's a rapper.
I need a second.
We can't just stand here as uninvolved observers.
I need a second, okay? Just give me a...
We're not assholes.
Just a second, okay? Why can't anybody give me a goddamn second?
Again, you think you're too good for me, but that's really a joke. You can see the... Leave him alone!
Rachel, listen to me. Your husband is the butcher. Cooper is the butcher.
Cooper then walks Lady Raven out to his car and plans on driving her out when, oh no, his family knows his identity and now they're leaving him. This feels so earned and organic. So glad this movie naturally built up to this moment over the course of the whole movie. Then the FBI shows up like 10 minutes too late and they somehow miss Cooper and he escapes. Again. Cool. Okay, so then Cooper... Oh my god, I'm so bored. I'm sick of talking about this movie. Lightning round. So Cooper sneaks into the escort car and escapes the FBI. They chase him and he escapes from them like a Looney Tunes character again. And Cooper's family is brought into a safe house for the end of the movie. And yep, you already know it. Cooper just shows up and teleports inside the safe house by evading the police. Again, this movie makes the police look like the biggest idiots in the world. It's really annoying and tiring at this point. So Cooper's chatting with his wife about their relationship, and it's actually really gripping and a deep exploration of years of secrets from each other. And wait, why are you taking your shirt off?
Oh no, he's hot!
Okay, you guys ready? The moment you've all been waiting for. Plot twist time. The M. Night Shyamalan plot twist time. Cooper's wife reveals she was helping the cops the entire time.
I had a receipt from your wallet when I went through it from before, and I left it there. And then I found a payphone and called the police to say that it might be the butcher.
What a twist!
Wow, what a well-developed plot twist. These characters we barely know. They share some pie and oh no, his wife poisons him and the police show up and they arrest him. Yay! As they escort him out of the house, they give him the widest handcuffs ever? Yeah, you know, all those like open concept handcuffs that the progressive police officers use. Yeah. Then he pretends he's adjusting this bike and the police let him do this for some reason. They also let him hug his daughter goodbye? What if they just like give him a weapon or something and the police just let it happen? Of course, he steals one of the spokes off his daughter's bike, and do you have any idea how hard it is to rip one of those off? And he just did it with his bare hands and none of the cops noticed. So yeah, Cooper will probably escape because he's a wizard. The end. In conclusion, Trap isn't the worst movie M. Night has ever made, but it definitely feels like the most pointless movie he's ever made. It kind of amazes me how much of this movie can just be removed and basically have no impact on the plot. The only parts that affect the story are Cooper's history as a serial killer, some character building moments towards the beginning, Cooper's escape, the family drama, and the police catching him. And all the scenes at the concert where we're just seeing M. Night's daughter perform music, the high school drama, Cooper pushing that woman down the stairs, Cooper blowing up the deep fryer, all of that stuff could just basically be removed.
Time is a ruler to measure the day. It doesn't go backwards, only one way.
I feel like I just described like half the runtime of this movie as removable, but yeah, it's just useless.
Is time even real? Does anyone know? Maybe time's just a construct of human perception, an illusion created by...
So I guess my rating of Trap is I'm gonna give this movie a not crispy out of 10. Proper M. Night films like The Sixth Sense or Unbreakable were just so dialed in you can't remove a single second from them. Gone are the days when M. Night's name commanded respect. It's like this director went from knowing exactly what to do to being a complete hack. Whatever magic was there that made his film so groundbreaking at one point is seemingly gone and will never come back. Unfortunately, the golden era for this director has been over for 2 decades now, and at this point, I don't think it's ever coming back. But hey, at least we have Robert Eggers now. If you like that, be sure to hit that subscribe button to my YouTube channel. I post new videos every Wednesday, so you can smash that subscribe button and the bell. And I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Saleka Night Shyamalan. So be sure to go to her Spotify to listen to the blandest, most boring R&B music you can hear this side of a Kohl's changing room. Also, donate to me on my Patreon and be sure to
So anyways, that's it. See ya.
This episode took me a year.
4 big guys, and they grab on my thighs, blow up my guts like the 4th of July. If they keep fucking my butt, then I might just cry. Poop and semen spraying on my eyes. He lick my dick and the cum start spraying. Charging